Hello and welcome to Rise and Unwind. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week we talk to people from across the country about things you can do right here in your neighborhood. And on this week's show, we got this.
So it's the first of its kind home oven that reaches an incredible 750 degrees. It delivers restaurant-style pizza in 2 minutes.
Last year alone, our small business sellers and independent sellers, they created 2 million jobs here in the U.S. Just based solely on their Amazon businesses.
So when I finally was diagnosed, here comes everything else. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, because what people have to realize is that the kidney is a very interconnected organ.
I have a very good support group, my family, my church, and even the place that I work. I have a very positive attitude, and I'm not going to let stage 4 cancer scare me away.
All of that and more right here on Rise and Unwind. The holidays can feel like a full-time job, you know, juggling parties, travel, and shopping. It feels like it's time to, it feels like it grows by the minute. But what if a little AI could help make it all easier? So today we are joined by Kathy Buccio, you know, TV host, lifestyle expert, and producer, to share how everyday AI tools are helping people stay organized, save time, and actually enjoy the season once again. Welcome to the show, Kathy. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Dan. It's nice to see you. Also, yes, right, the holidays should be enjoyed. I know they're really magical, but they can also feel like a lot. So I'm hoping that some of these tips I give you will help a little bit, especially in the AI department.
And like I was saying, AI, it used to feel like something only meant for the office. How has it evolved as something that's kind of is supporting everyday life nowadays?
It's incredible how infiltrated it is in our daily lives. And I want more people to realize how much they can use it in their daily lives. But yes, they think of AI as a tool for work, and it is, but it really is so much more than just signing the documents and drafting emails. I'm a mom, so that means I'm going to use AI to keep me on track. And that's going to be managing my to-do list. And that's going to be creating a lot in the space of AI when it comes to the holidays. So I'm really looking forward to using that Acrobat Studio from Adobe to make my life a little easier with the school functions, the family functions, the holiday shopping, the recipes, the festivities. It's going to save me so much time. And more importantly, it's going to keep me sane. And it's honestly very easy to use.
And for the holidays especially, what are your top tips for staying organized when everything starts, you know, happening all at once?
Okay, it's a busy time for everyone, a busy time for parents, mom. Here are my top 3 tips for staying organized for this holiday season. I'm going to use a PDF Spaces from Acrobat Studio. We're going to get into that, but that's really helping me sort of stay focused. But first off, everything in one place. Keep everything in one place, whether it's your calendar, your gift list, your party plans. Have a central hub so it makes it easier to stay organized and share with friends. Secondly, delegate tasks. So when someone asks you, how can I help? Don't say, I'm fine. Don't say that. Say, sure. Take them up on it. Be clear about what you need and send them a very simple checklist. And number 3, I'm serious about this one. Get an assistant. But thanks to PDF Spaces, we're going to have an assistant. I'm going to show you how to use it. But really, it's a great way to use this AI technology to organize, to create those holiday plans, share them with others, and to stay organized.
And beyond the basics, a lot of people are trying to manage the creative side of the season with gifts, parties, meals. How do you think AI can help pull those pieces together all in one place?
Oh, it's going to be a game changer, especially during the holidays. I'm going to use the example of a holiday dinner, Dan, because I think that's easiest. So I've been talking about PDF Spaces, which is a new dynamic environment within Acrobat Studio, and that's where you can get the AI assistant too. But I love using this as sort of like, think of it as your brain, right? That PDF Space is your brain. So your first thing you're going to do is you're going to upload, because we're talking about holiday dinner, you're going to upload your recipes, websites, any article or any feature that you have that you want to have in one place. You're going to just put it into this PDF space, and it's going to save you time because you don't have to look through your phone for an old recipe or a bookmark or, oh, where did I put this? No, it's all going to be there because you have put in that information yourself. Next, we're going to personalize the AI assistant I was talking about. And because we're talking about holiday planning, I'm going to type in holiday meal planning helper, right? This is going to be my assistant. And here's what I can prompt it to do. And you can change what you want that to be. But for the case of this example, this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a grocery list for my recipes. And it's going to adjust recipes for dietary restrictions if I ask it to. It's going to create a step-by-step cooking schedule for the big day so I maintain on task and use my time wisely. And my favorite part is that I can ask it to create roles and responsibilities so that all my friends and families can also help me out. I love this feature because you can create responsibilities for your friends and family and they can see right there like, oh, this is what I'm contributing to that holiday dinner.
We have you on the show all the time. You always keep an eye on lifestyle trends. What are you seeing in how people use tech to collaborate, stay organized, maybe tap into their creativity, but still protect their downtime?
I really love the way that we are using AI in a way to help our self-improvement and our wellness, right? I see so many people, myself included, who use AI or other digital tools to focus on things like your personal growth, right? Tracking those healthy habits or exercise habits, setting goals, and even planning activities that bring a lot of joy as well. And I think it's important to start small, right? I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed. It's actually pretty easy to use. Start small. Maybe get your calendar and create an easy to-do list or a schedule that everyone can use. AI is such a beneficial tool for success. And I think when done properly, it can really give us peace of mind. And it can also allow us to enjoy the holidays and those that we love around us because we've used this tool to keep us organized and to keep us in check as well.
Hey, that's one way to rise and unwind. I got our name in our show in there. All right, with so many digital tools out there, what should people look at for to know if an AI assistant is actually trustworthy?
Absolutely. You want to make sure it is really well encrypted. You want to make sure that they're not using your personal data without your permission. That's a big red flag as well. One of the things that I really love about PDF Spaces is that it's not taking their information from external sources because you are the one that's been putting all the information in the PDF space, as I call it, the brain, right? It's not going outside. And then you get links exactly to the source where you're getting that information from that you put those in there. So you don't have to worry about maybe something from the outside's coming in here that might not be reliable or accurate. And we want to make sure that it's both those things, reliable and accurate.
Kathy Buccio, thanks for joining us today. Where can we go for more information, my friend?
Absolutely. You go to adobe.com/Acrobat and you can get a 7-day free trial of Acrobat Studio. So why not? Go play around with it. Have so much fun. I'm telling you, once you're in there, you're not going to get out. It's so good.
Kathy Buccio, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dan.
A diagnosis like stage 4 lung cancer changes everything, your plans, your priorities, and how you see your future. Debra knows this firsthand. She teamed up with her oncologist, Dr. Azam Farooqui, to understand her options, ask questions, and to build a plan that reflected the life she still wants to live. I want to thank you two for joining me today.
We're good. Thank you for having us.
All right, Debra, take us back to that moment that you learned of your diagnosis, what you felt, and how you kind of ended up turning to Dr. Farooqui.
Well, when I first found out the news, it was pretty devastating. I told my kids, they weren't, happy, but I didn't let it bother me as much as I think most people might be bothered by it. Stage 4 sounded scary, obviously, but when I met Dr. Farooqui, he hacked out a plan for treatment. And we used, he told me my options, which I went with one of the treatments that he thought was the best because I have a non-cell carcinoma. And a lot of people that have lungs can get cancer. And I was a non-smoker. So he has a good plan that used Ribavant and Las Cruz. And I've been on the treatment now for 7 weeks and I'm doing great.
And how did you two build that trust together? And how did that partnership help shape that treatment plan that allowed you to keep living your everyday life?
He's very personable. I really connected to him right away. He was very, knew exactly, obviously it's hard to tell us that we have stage 4 cancer, but he went right to right to where I needed to be by telling me my options. And he listened to my feelings too, which isn't true with a lot of doctors. So he listened to me, I listened to him, and we did the treatment.
So what does life look like for you now, and how do you hope people rethink that lung cancer after hearing your story?
I'm doing fine. It's may not be a death sentence at this point. My treatments are going well. I have a very good support group, my family, my church, and even the place that I work. I have a very positive attitude, and I'm not going to let stage 4 cancer scare me away.
And doctor, can you break down what EGFR positive lung cancer means and why EGFR mutation testing matters so much for someone newly diagnosed?
Yeah, great question, Dan. And again, thank you for having us. Partner with Johnson & Johnson to, raise awareness, especially it being Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and specifically with that question you just asked. So, EGFR positive lung cancer, it's not a very common version of lung cancer, but it's especially common in people who are non-smokers. So the biggest thing we really want to get across is that, like Debra said, anybody with lungs can get lung cancer. So just because you didn't smoke, it doesn't mean you're out of the woods. So it's important to listen to your body and seek help if you need it. Now, specifically what the EGFR mutation means is that, there's a specific mutation that's driving the cancer to grow. And not only does that happen in non-smokers, but generally those patients do better. And there are actually a lot more options for them. These options I'm talking about are called targeted therapies. And what that means is that we have medications that can specifically target the EGFR mutation. And not only are these medications more effective, but a lot of times they have less side effects or they're a little bit more tolerable than traditional chemotherapy. So we really want to make sure that whatever we're doing for patients is going to, be able to kind of meet them where they're at and make sure that their life priorities are still met.
And when patients are managing treatment, what role does speaking up and shared decision-making play? And where can families go for more information?
Yeah, excellent question. I think that the biggest thing to take away is that communication is key. And so one of the things that Debra and I really tried to establish at the beginning was making sure that we both feel like we're hearing each other. And so that means, making sure that they can access us if she's having an issue. Obviously any medication has side effects. Rybrevant and Lascluze are no exception. But what we tell people is don't suffer in silence. Make sure you reach out. If there's a problem, we can address it when it's early rather than when it becomes a bigger thing. And so we really, really want patients to know to use their voice. A lot of them are very respectful. They don't want to bother us, but we tell them you cannot look at it that way. And I think that advice goes to all patients who are having a medical issue. It's your right to make sure you go to your doctor and advocate for yourself. As far as to get more information, we encourage people to go to the Rybrevant website, rybrevant.com, to look at side effects, all the different ways that the medication can be used, whether or not it's a good fit for you. But ultimately, we want patients to go back to their healthcare providers, make sure their communication is there to make sure that they're going through all of the options and determining which is the best plan for them.
Hey, I want to thank you too for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
This time of year, we're all scrolling for gift ideas, but more and more people want to support real small businesses behind those products. Amazon Small Business Holiday Shop is designed to help you do exactly that, connecting shoppers with unique finds from independent sellers from all across the country. Today, we've got Natalie Angelillo from Amazon and a small business owner, Michael Gore, from C&M Personal Gifts, who's here to walk us through how it all works. Natalie, Michael, it's great to have you here. How are you?
So good. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, Michael, we got to start off with your story. What sparked the C&M Personal Gifts, and how did that turn into like selling on Amazon?
Yeah, hi. We're a small family business. We specialize in engraving glassware. We started this as a hobby, my wife and I, about 10 years ago. And ever since selling on Amazon, we have grown substantially over the years, to the point where I've been able to leave my career job as a union mechanic and do this full time and work with my family. I work with my wife, my oldest daughter after college, and able to employ several people in our local community. So it's really been a blessing to get started on Amazon.
All right, Michael, you got some stuff in front of you. What are a few of your standout Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, and what makes them such good holiday gifts?
Yeah, we're offering 30% off for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend on the items I brought in here on the table today, along with several products on the Amazon website in our store. But today I have a Mr. Beer Glass and Mrs. Wine Glass. Great set for couples, weddings, engagements, or just for Christmas. Not everybody likes wine, so the man has the beer, lady has the wine glass. We also have a stemless here with dogs and wine make everything fine. It's a good dual purpose wine and dog lover gift. Perfect for stocking stuffers, gift basket additions. And also we do coffee mugs. So for people that do not drink wine or beer, these make a great addition for under the tree. I just want to point out too, we also do customizations. So any people that want to add a name or dates and things and such, we do that as well.
And when things get really busy, which Amazon tools or programs have made the biggest difference in helping your business grow and maybe even reach more customers?
That's a great question. We use a lot of their tools actually, but the most important one is Fulfillment by Amazon, FBA for short. That gives us the opportunity to send all of our products nationwide to Amazon's warehouses, using their manpower to pick, pack, and ship our products so they can get to the customer quickly. There's no way we could scale the way we have without using that resource. Also, we use Amazon's AI to produce our images for listings and to make quality product listings in a quicker fashion. And last but not least is the advertising that we use through Amazon. Helps get our products out in front of customers, especially during these peak holiday seasons. There's a lot of competition out there for sellers, so we definitely take advantage of that.
And Natalie, from Amazon's perspective, how are you lifting up small businesses this holiday season? And what are some of the easiest ways shoppers can find them in the store?
Yeah, thanks. Well, first of all, most people don't realize that more than 60% of the sales in Amazon store actually come from our independent sellers like Michael and his business. And so we are super excited this holiday season, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, tons of ways that we are putting our small businesses front and center. So we have our small business holiday shop. We have a number of different gift guides and collections designed to help you find the unique or creative gift that's going to really set off your holiday shopping. And then if you're curious about, which products are coming from small businesses as you're going through the store, you can easily just look for the small business badge as a way to delineate who our US-based small businesses are.
And when somebody chooses Shop Small through Amazon, what kind of impact does that have on local communities and entrepreneurs, just like Michael?
The impact is huge. It really, really is. Last year alone, our small business sellers and independent sellers, they created 2 million jobs here in the US, just based solely on their Amazon businesses. And so, as a customer, when you're being intentional about your purchases, when you're finding that small business brand and shopping and buying from them and returning to them, that revenue is going right to back to that business and then getting distributed into their local community in the form of jobs like Michael was talking about, and in other ways that benefits where they're from.
I want to thank you two for joining me today. Where can we go for more information and maybe find some of these small businesses online?
Well, all you need to do is come to Amazon.com. You'll find our small business holiday shop and lots of easy ways right on the site to find and shop from our small businesses on Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Michael, Natalie, I want to thank you two for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
The holidays, they're supposed to be cozy and fun. Not you in the kitchen panicking over a dry turkey and a sink full of dishes. But the good news is, with the right staples and a little smart tech that's bringing the heat, entertaining doesn't have to be a full contact sport. So we have celebrity chef Jamie Gwen, who has a bunch of ideas to make holiday cooking easier, tastier, and maybe a little more relaxed. Jamie, thanks for coming to the show again, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm glad to see you. Thank you for having me, Dan. And almost effortless is the goal. The sink full of dishes I can't help you with. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then I think the segment is over. I think we're done. No, I'm just kidding. All right. When it comes to like pantry powerhouses, I like that alliteration there. What are the holiday staples you like to have on hand so you can throw together a great meal fast?
I love how you said that. Yes, definitely pantry powerhouse, because my pantry is my go-to, especially at the holidays. Whether you're planning for a holiday feast, you're stocking up, you're doing a refresh, maybe you need a quick meal on a busy weeknight, right? Bush's recipe beans are truly a lifesaver, especially at the holidays. By the way, they're grown, cooked, and canned right here in America. I love that. And as a family-owned, bean-obsessed company, Bush's takes pride in delivering the same premium quality beans that they serve at their own table. Now, I love them because they're reliable, they're delicious, and they are endlessly versatile. So during the holidays, I use Bush's cannellini beans for a cozy white bean and ham bone soup. Feeds a crowd fabulously comforting. They're butter beans for my Marry Me butter beans recipe. And I always keep Bush's black beans on hand. My kiddo loves them for quick quesadillas. This is flavorful, comforting meal prep made wonderfully easy.
All right. Do you know the Bush's baked beans secret recipe?
Oh,
you can tell us. Nobody watches this show. You can just tell us here.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Dang it. All right. I tried. Okay. I also heard that kitchen tech has been coming a long way. What gadgets or appliances have really earned their counter space when cooking for a crowd? And I hear that you're bringing the heat this time.
Definitely bringing the heat. Thank you. Yes. And talk about innovation. So as a professional chef, I want tools and appliances that work as hard as I do, especially at the holidays. Check it out. This is the new Frigidaire Gallery range with stone-baked pizza mode. Game changer for holiday cooking and year-round. So it's the first of its kind home oven that reaches an incredible 750 degrees. It delivers restaurant-style pizza in 2 minutes. It's the extra 200 degrees over standard ovens that gives you perfectly blistered crust, the bubbly cheese we all love. Now, I made a prosciutto and fig pizza, but check out that high heat, gorgeous crust, right? Not only, though, does this range do pizza, you can air fry delicious wings for football. You can steam bake, slow cook, proof bread, even dehydrate. This is the ultimate all-in-one entertainer's oven. It's amazing.
I love it. That's great.
Cool.
Pretty much every gathering lives or dies on the snacks. What are a few easy snack or appetizer ideas that feel festive, but don't keep us in the kitchen all night?
That's a good question. You know, Dan, I live or die by snacks too. This was my longtime addiction before now, I will tell you. It's a snack that doubles as a holiday recipe hero. So Sahali Snacks glazed mixes are my secret weapon for instantly elevating holiday snacking, but also serving. So they start with premium nuts that are always dry roasted. They're never oil roasted. So the flavor stays pure. The texture is unbelievably crisp. Then they blend in dried fruits and spices and globally inspired ingredients. And you get these incredible layers of sweet, savory notes. They're non-GMO, gluten-free, and kosher, which makes entertaining easier for everyone. I love adding Sahali to salads, like in place of a crouton, or think about upgrading your pecan pie with their maple pecans. So good. Really interesting, delicious flavors here.
Chef Jamie Gwen, it's always great to have you on here. If our
you.
viewers want more of your recipes, maybe some hosting tips or inspiration for the season, where's the best place for them to go?
Definitely so. And I love being with you. Thank you. You can find all the recipes mentioned, details at bushbeans.com. Frigidaire.com and SahaliSnacks.com. And of course, I hope that you'll follow my shameless daily gluttony, as I like to call it, on social at Chef Jamie Gwen. I wish you delicious and joyous feast this holiday season. Thank you, Dan, so much.
And you too, my friend.
Thank you.
Chef Jamie Gwen, thanks for joining us.
See you soon.
Do you ever feel totally fine, but later learn something serious was brewing underneath? Chronic kidney disease is one of those silent conditions. Most people who have it don't even know. And today we're taking a closer look at this new initiative called It Takes Two, which stresses how 2 simple tests can give a full picture of kidney health. We're joined by Dr. Charles Vega, a primary care physician, and Thelma, a 2-time kidney transplant recipient and a powerful advocate. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Okay, for those of us that have heard of chronic kidney disease but aren't really quite sure what it is, how do you explain it in simple terms?
Sure. So chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is a loss of the kidney's normal function in filtering the blood. So that is really what the kidneys are designed to do. Unfortunately, over time with CKD, the blood pressure will go up, toxic metabolites in the bloodstream goes up, inflammation goes up, and these things collectively contribute to more dysfunction of the kidneys and can eventually lead to transplant or dialysis. But I think it's also important for your audience to know that those same factors also promote a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, heart attack, and stroke. So when you have CKD, it doesn't just affect your kidneys, it affects your heart and brain as well.
So who's actually most at risk here? Why does catching it early make such a big difference?
Right. So most cases of CKD in the United States are related to diabetes and or hypertension. So if you have either one of those conditions, you need to be screened at least once a year with both a urine test and a blood test. And the urine test is particularly important. We tend to skip over that one as clinicians, but it's really critical because they both contribute to CKD risk. Why do we do this? That's why I went into primary care. The further upstream we go and deal with these issues when they're mild in nature, we have great treatments available. We can really promote better outcomes for your kidneys and your heart together.
And the campaign is called It Takes Two. Can you walk us through what that means and how these two tests actually work together?
Right. So two tests are, they're pretty easy to get. So this is a blood test and a urine test. Called the EGFR and UACR, but you don't need to concern yourself with that. If you go and ask for the urine test and the blood test, your clinician should know what you're talking about. But it also is really important to have a partnership. So it takes two, a patient and a clinician together working. That's the best way we can not only identify CKD, but do something about it as well.
And Thelma, your journey started young, and it took years before you finally had some answers. How did you first find out you were living with CKD?
Well, as you stated, it took a while. It was like a decade before I knew that I had CKD, because when I presented to the doctor's office with the swelling and the fatigue, it was pushed off to other conditions. And I like what you said earlier about it being a silent killer, and that's what happens. So when I finally was diagnosed, here comes everything else. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, because what people have to realize is that the kidney is a very interconnected organ and a condition that is associated with your cardiovascular, kidney, metabolic condition. So now I'm living with those conditions as well as CKD.
Thelma, based on everything that you've learned, what would you say to someone who may be at risk but hasn't taken action yet?
Anyone who is at risk, it is so important to partner with your doctor. And that's what I love about this It Takes Two campaign, because it focuses on the two tests, which is blood and urine. But you need to have someone to talk to about getting those tests, and that's partnering with your doctor. You have to say, doctor, I'm concerned about my kidneys. Can you please run this blood test and urine test? And the thing about the urine test, it will give information about kidney disease, but also your cardiovascular risk. So knowledge is power. Go to testyourkidneys.com for more information, but advocate for yourself. Become true stakeholders in your healthcare. We want to be proactive, not reactive. So please get the early detection so we can minimize the complications in the long run, like me with 2 kidney transplants and a couple of years of dialysis.
And Dr. Vega, if you wanted people watching to remember one thing from today's conversation, what do you think it should be?
Well, I just want them to feel empowered, like Thelma. She's such a great example and great advocate. And I want to thank Boehringer Ingelheim and Lilly for helping to sponsor this public awareness campaign. Don't be afraid to talk to your clinician. That's really what we're here to do, is to listen to you. So I always am impressed and really empowered myself by my patients when they come in with their questions and their own ideas on their health. Go to testyourkidneys.com. It can give you a good idea of where you stand with your personal kidney risk.
I want to thank you two for joining me today.
Thank you. Take care.
And until next week, that was Rise Unwind.